What's up? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this video. I'm glad you're watching. If you're struggling with knee pain, that's probably the reason why I've even clicked on this video. So yeah, if you are still struggling with knee pain, there's 4 things you probably haven't tried yet, or at least you haven't stayed consistent with because of the fact that you're still struggling with knee pain. And the first thing I want to talk about here, if you're an active athlete or an active person that is always moving and that's what's causing the knee pain, then if you haven't yet taken a rest from that, an actual pause, that's just one of the simplest ways to try and attack that knee pain, right? You take a pause of the problem, a pause of what's causing the knee pain. But here's what most people then get wrong, right? They just take the pause and do nothing. Maybe they elevate, they apply some ice, whatever, but they're not actively doing something against that knee pain. So what you can do against the knee pain, that's the other thing you can try, is exercising. Maybe you've already tried, like strengthening something, and you failed because every time you try to strengthen the knee, it starts hurting again. You don't find that level that you can do pain-free. And I'm talking about completely pain-free, minimal pain, right? That's the level where we want to start working. And then if you think about it, if you have that 1% of ability you can do pain-free, for example, a really minimalistic knee bend, then we can work on top of that. We can get to 2%, we can get to 3%. And the way I like to introduce those movements is with a Patrick step where you assist yourself, right? Let me show you quickly. In a Patrick step where you assist yourself, you're going for minimal knee bend, you hold onto something. It's really not a lot of pressure that's going onto your knee here. And if even that hurts, you can start by bending both knees and straightening, right? Boom. That's the lowest level you can enter. But another thing, a really effective thing that personally helped me to start believing again that I can actually get pain-free, get that knee feeling better again, was just walking backwards. Right here, you see we're stepping back, we're activating those quad muscles that are really important for knee health, we're strengthening our foot, the lower leg, everything we need for our knees to feel good, right? If our feet are way too weak, our lower legs are way too weak, then our knee is also going to suffer. So the backwards walking really allows us with minimal steps to get some blood to the knee flowing, and then we can go more. We can step more behind knee behind toe, toe behind knee, right? Knee over toe. That just means that we're putting some pressure here on the knee, but it's good pressure. Without pressure, you're not creating anything, right? Pressure creates diamonds. So we need some pressure on the knee. And the next thing is that we're really losing, and most of us don't really attempt anymore because our knee pain is so bad, is deep knee bends, right? And so assist yourself as much as you need. Take as much weight off as you need for that deep knee bend to feel comfortable. And that's why ATG split squats are also such an effective exercise, right? ATG split squats, I want to be in this frame here. ATG split squats are so effective because you can literally elevate your front foot to a level where you can then perform that deep knee bend pain-free. That's really the key. Floss bands. If you haven't tried floss bands yet, you're struggling with knee pain, and you haven't tried floss bands yet, you're truly missing out. Because floss bands, if you wrap them around your knee, right? Wrap them around your knee. You begin here, top of the shin. Let me just quickly show you how that is. You wrap it really tight, right? You want to support the knee. Boom. Then, just below the kneecap. Now, above the kneecap. A few more times. Boom. Get the here fixed. Boom. And now you literally have a mobile knee brace. It's completely different to a knee brace. A knee brace just helps you to, make your knee feel safer. It supports your knee, but this is actually something way different, right? If you're now moving, what happens here, as those muscles contract, you're restricting the blood flow. The blood is not pumping away from the knee, it stays here. So as we walk and walk, you're gonna feel it burn. The blood, it's gonna pump up full of blood right now, right? Because the blood is getting pumped into it, but not out. So we're walking backwards, with the floss band on, which also allows us to feel less pain because it supports our knee. Often it hurts here or just around the joint, and we're getting that compression that also gives us just like a massage of the tissues around it, right? So when you take it off again, what happens now is the real magic. Even more blood rushes to that area, a ton of blood. You'll feel that relief. Maybe even just the use one time will make you feel so much better, right? So floss bands, if you haven't tried them yet, I highly, highly recommend it. It also allows you to get into deeper knee bends, because if you have the floss bands on, you assist yourself, get into that deep knee bend. It helps you to feel less pain and actually feel more confident doing so. Because if you want healthy knees are able to deep knee bend. This is what they're meant to do. They're meant to be able to bend deeply. So once you find those exercises that actually help you, the Patrick step, ATG split squat, it's not all about those. It's really about the whole package, right? Let me stand up again. Your knee is in between your hip and ankle. So your hip and your ankles also play a big role in your knee health. If your ankle is messed up, it can also lead to knee problems, because now every time you take a step, that force, unnecessary force your ankle is not able to absorb, moves up to your knee. Or every time your hip is not working properly because it's way too tight, it's weak, unnecessary force goes to your knee, and your knee is just screaming and telling you, please strengthen my ankles, mobilize my hips, strengthen the lower legs, the tip muscles, the calves, the soleus, right? KOT calf raise, strengthen that soleus. Boom. Takes up a lot of force when you're running, and if it's weak, that force again, it moves up to your knee. Open up behind your knee with elephant walks, right? Start at your elevation, where you can start extending one knee at a time. There's literally everything you need to address. Only once you've addressed every single possible cause of that knee pain, then you can say, well, I'm never getting out of knee pain. Even that I wouldn't say. Obviously, talk to professionals, get a diagnosis, but in the end, diagnosis doesn't really help you to get out of that pain if you've been struggling with it for years or months, whatever. You need to restructure your knee, right? You probably have weak tendons here because you're avoiding it for so long. You have weak ligaments, you have weak muscles as well, but it's not all about muscles. What actually holds your knee joint together is your tendons and ligaments. So they gotta be strong too, right? So if you're still struggling with knee pain, you've tried exercising, didn't work, didn't find a level that's comfortable, work maybe on the wrong things, only focusing on the quads and hamstrings, not really on the internals of the knee, your ankle is not working properly, all of those issues you have to address. And I know this can be really overwhelming. It's a ton to think of, and that's exactly why I've created the Reborn Circle, right? A community where we have a clear path for knee pain, for ankle pain, ankle weakness, hip mobility, strengthening the hip, and really building up those key areas to have a healthy and functional lower body. And that's why I've seen so much progress and success stories with the athletes I'm working with, because we're not only focusing on their knee pain if they have knee pain, we're also focusing on their ankles, on their hips, all at the same time, while building their upper body, building their core. And this is also exactly what the Be Reborn protocol does, a protocol I've created with full video guides that explain literally everything you need to make sure all the exercise doesn't take more than 45 minutes a day. Also, if you join the community, you can get access to that. And the Be Reborn protocol has already helped really, really like athletes that I was thinking, okay, that's going to be difficult, right? So if you've been relating so far, the Be Reborn protocol is something I'd highly, highly recommend, just so you have the full thing. You don't have to think about anything else. You're taking care of all the different issues, possible issues I talked about in this video. And you have us, the community, that will support you, me, Q&A calls weekly where you can ask your questions. You have video guides. You know how to perform the exercises. Really, really important as well. Don't just go out there in the internet and take out a couple of exercises. You don't really know how to perform them. You just copy the people who do them, but you don't know actually if you're doing them correctly, right? You need to know how to perform an exercise, how to regress it, how to progress it, And this is where you find success. This is where you find that level of, okay, now I'm able to do something pain-free. Now I'm seeing progress. I went from 1% to 2%. This is what I want you to know, and I want you to believe that your knee can actually feel better, because I don't want you to lose hope, and I know there's a path for you, even though it's been a hard time maybe in the past, right? You've tried different things. I'm telling you, there's always something that can help. I've talked to so many athletes, and it's always a combination of ankle, of hip, of knee, and we're really working on addressing all of those issues. And you start winning at your ankle, it's going to help your knee. You start winning at your hip, you get more mobile, it's also going to help your knee, and that accumulates over time. Consistency is the last thing that you need, right? It's consistency with something that's shown to work, consistency with something that you believe in and that you can actually stay consistent with. So I really, really hope this video helped and somehow gives you that clear direction you can go into. I told you the Be Real protocol is there for you. You can invest into that. It's for your body. It's for your knee. It's not only your knee, but you're actually transforming your whole body, right? We're also working the upper body. We're not leaving any weak links, anything that could potentially make our knee pain worse or our body feel worse. We want everything to feel good. Build that foundation. It's not the be-all end-all program, but it's a program that builds your foundation, the foundation you need to have a functional ankle, a functional knee, a functional hip, so that you can just start moving again like you used to move as a child. And that's when you can start going more in detail on this and this, athleticism, all that different stuff, right? I hope this helped. If you haven't subscribed yet as well, make sure to do so you don't miss any of those videos in the future. Check out the first link in my bio if the Be Reborn protocol is something that interests you. And I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.